Hey Blockheads, this is DJ AK from NK Airplay Radio, and if you love what the My So-Called Whatever podcast crew is doing, check us out too. NK Airplay is an online radio station playing all your favorite hits from the 80s and 90s, especially the ones from those boys in the band, New Kids on the Block. Listen to artists like Boyz II Men, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany, boy bands, girl bands, and many more. We play artists that are associated with or who inspired the New Kids on the Block, plus some of the artists that inspired us while we were growing up. Check us out on social media at NK Airplay Radio. And download the Live 365 app for your iPhone or Android phone and listen today.
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hello.
Hello there.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right.
Am I?
It's Thursday. We're recording.
Yeah.
For Monday.
Yeah, we are.
And it is, I'm not working on Monday.
Oh, yay.
I forgot I took all of next week off.
Oh, hey.
I am not going to take it all off because I don't want to use all my time.
Yeah.
But remember that cruise I was supposed to go on in April?
Oh,
I moved it to next week and then that was canceled. And then I moved it to December and then that's canceled.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I just never took it off the calendar at work.
Oh.
It was a nice surprise this week.
That is a very nice surprise.
So I'm taking off Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
I'm actually taking off next week.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
I am going to, well, Sadie's off school on Monday. Mm-hmm. So I'll be home with Sadie, which is fine. It works out great.
Yes.
Tuesday, I have to take Lucy to the vet.
Oh.
I don't think she's going to be coming home.
Oh.
I talked to the vet over the phone.
Yeah.
And she's old.
Yes.
My Grammy's cat.
Yes.
I mean, if she's not 20, she's almost 20.
Right.
So she's lived a long life.
Yeah.
She's just not well. So that'll be a hard day. I am probably not going to work out all that day.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
But then I'll take Friday off because why not? Hey,
Friday, just got paid. Friday night.
Oh, I love that song.
Remember when the confetti went out?
Okay.
The green and white confetti.
I just have to say,
poof.
The confetti, I mean, we all know and love confetti at our New Kids concerts.
Correct.
They do not disappoint with the confetti.
No, but that was my first time.
Exactly.
And I was
it was my first time.
What is happening? What is raining on me?
That was my first time.
Yes.
For confetti.
I can remember us getting very excited.
And we were in the front.
Yes.
And it was
and they let us stay there.
They were so nice.
Yes.
It's not like that these days.
I was like, I'm from Maine.
Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. We have been lucky with other security guards being very, letting us do things that were very nice.
Yes.
Because we're respectful people.
We are.
But anyway, that confetti was amazing.
Yes.
I love those pictures.
They were so awesome.
Just got paid.
Friday night, party hopping, feeling right. I think that's
booty shaking
all around.
Pump that jam. Well, we're getting down.
It's possible, but I can't do it.
I can't either. I can't remember that.
There was something I was going to say. So I got out all of our Patreon stuff.
Oh,
thank you. That
is amazing that you were able to get that out.
It took me all 3 days.
Thank you. I believe that. It was
I couldn't
a lot.
believe it. I was
a
like,
lot.
I was thinking, this won't take me all 3 days. I'll take 3 days off, but it won't.
No, it did.
And it didn't take me all day.
I mean, it's not like you were doing like 12 hours a day.
No, and I was like watching Netflix and putting stuff together.
You watch anything good?
Well, I watched the Christopher Watts documentary.
Oh man.
That was.
There were parts I couldn't watch.
Oh, it was awful.
There were parts I couldn't watch of that.
It was awful.
So I started watching a show actually just today.
Oh, really? Tell me.
On Hulu.
Tell me more.
It's very inappropriate for children.
Okay. Is it Pen 15? Because that was a great show.
No, I like that though. No, it's Canadian. It's called Letterkenny.
Oh.
Okay. So basically, it's this, and I will not get into it too far. It is funny.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but right in the very beginning, it's like it takes place in this town, and it's like in this town there are 4 types of people.
Yeah.
There's the Hicks.
Yep.
The Skids.
The Skids. Okay.
The hockey players.
Yeah.
And the Christians.
Oh, okay.
This is how they interact.
I really want to see this.
It's funny.
Oh, I gotta see it.
It is funny, but it's not like, it's just bad language.
Yeah.
I started watching it and I was like, well, I can't watch this with Sadie here.
Right.
But I saw something about it online somewhere. So I was like, well, I'll check it out.
I'm gonna check it out.
I mean, come on. Hicks, Skids, hockey players, and Christians.
Yeah.
And this is how they interact.
Let's take a look. I do have a reason that I took off next week though, kind of.
What's your reason?
Well, because we're planning something for our 200th episode.
Oh, yes.
So I thought, you know what? I took some time off last week, but I need a little vacation. And while I'm on this little vacation, I'm going to do this.
Right. We have some stuff coming.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It's coming very soon.
Yeah, our 200th. I mean, this is what, episode 195?
Yeah. I think it's 197.
I think we just did 194.
I think you're right. You're always right and I'm always wrong.
Yes, this is episode 195.
Okay. My bad.
So we have like 5 weeks.
Yes.
And we're going to have some stuff in store. We'll keep you posted.
Right.
As to what's going to be going on with our 200th episode.
Right.
But it should be fun.
It should be fun, yeah.
And a little way for us to give back.
Right.
We'll just say that.
Right.
So, oh, nice. That'll be good.
So I figured I'll do all the planning and then we'll meet.
We'll execute.
And we'll figure it out.
Perfect. And we'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
What else? I wanted to say something. Oh,
Joey McIntyre. Yes, Joey McIntyre.
That's exactly what it was.
I am so excited for tomorrow night.
So it's tomorrow night, but now this is Monday.
Yes.
So we've already experienced this.
And
it was amazing.
Yes. I am so excited. I sent in questions.
I did not.
I actually sent in a statement too.
A statement?
I was just like, thank you for coming on our podcast.
Oh, that's perfect. No, that's perfect.
And then I asked a question. I asked, what is your favorite song, a solo song that you've done, and why?
That's a great question. I want to know the answer to that.
Because I want him to say Stay the Same, but it's probably not going to be Stay the Same.
Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, I love that song so much. It makes me cry though every time.
I know it does.
Oh, that gets me.
I like the video.
I do too, with the choir.
Yeah.
And like he's joking around in the beginning. Ha 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 ha. Or the end. I can't remember what part.
I can't either.
He's like, oh yeah, take 5. Well, just kidding. I can't remember what it was, but he's like joking around in the beginning.
I bet it's that one song.
What song?
Let me take you for a ride.
I was just thinking of down, down, down. Down, 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 down. I can't remember the song.
I can't either, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I've never done anything on the platform that he is on. It's like Steam something.
Oh,
Stream something.
I've got to get up to snuff on this.
But when I clicked on it, because I just clicked on the link just to see what it would take me, it asked me to share my camera and microphone. I was like, oh, so do I need to get prepared for this?
I would say you do.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
Because what if he was like, here's a special guest, Nikki.
Yeah, right.
You want to be like,
hello?
like, I'm all ready for you, Joe. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Not it.
Not it.
Because you're a married woman.
That's correct.
And he is a married man.
That's true.
But let's do it. Like, let's talk.
Yeah. We already did, but
Let's
I
do it again.
already got my chance. But I just thought I'd send in a question anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, how'd you guys like our episode last week? We have gotten some feedback that you guys did like it, which we're very happy.
Absolutely, because that was fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We laughed the entire time. Like, it was so much fun to do, and we're planning to do it more. Probably next episode.
Probably, because we have plenty of magazines, like plenty of material.
Yeah. And
what?
What?
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
But David Faustino.
Yes.
So I don't have any news.
Oh, okay.
But I saw some question about when should we start getting him to get on.
Now.
Let's do that now, guys.
Tweet at him.
Yes.
Get him.
Snag him. Do it. Did you say net him?
I said get him, I thought.
Oh, I thought you said net him. But I was like, yes, like a fish. Like net him.
Net him.
Like a tuna.
We want you, David Faustino.
I do. I mean, I did.
Okay,
digging a hole.
How cool was it that person had the wallet pic of David Faustino?
Amazing.
Was that the one?
So no, that was not the one.
Okay.
The one that I had, he was a little bit younger in.
Okay.
But it's still amazing that that they had that. That's cool.
I would love to get a wallet pic of David Faustino and put it in a frame for the museum.
I want to make my index card frame.
That would be amazing.
I worked so hard on my index card frame. And with my rubber cement.
Oh, rubber cement.
I think I might.
I loved the smell of rubber cement, but you shouldn't smell it.
I loved the smell of it too.
Yes.
And I liked how it felt. Like it went on so smooth.
I always love the smell of dry erase markers too. Again, things you shouldn't smell.
Correct. I like Mr. Sketch, but you're supposed to like the smell of those.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I wanted to say that about David Faustino.
I'm excited.
I would be very excited if he were to come on.
Even if he just likes our tweet.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, just like it. Just,
So let's get him.
Yep.
You guys, tweet at him.
Net
After
him.
you listen to this episode, tweet at David Faustino. I think it's just at David Faustino.
I don't know. But
Oh, it might not be.
no, because hold on. You'd think I'd have Twitter like right here, but I don't.
Oh, I do have to say.
Oh, it is at David Faustino.
It is. Okay.
And I am following him.
So I listened to Lance's latest episode of the podcast. I think that's what it's called.
Yes.
The Daily Podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Actually, Kevin enjoys listening to them as well. So
cool.
we listened to them together. And he mentioned getting rid of his Twitter.
Oh,
So
he did?
He did. So it is gone, guys. This time he deactivated it.
Oh.
So I'm sad. But we can still get him on Instagram. So
Right.
we should post that picture of me and it says Lance Bass, True Love Forever.
The one that I drew?
Yes, we should post that.
I really want to.
On
I love it.
Instagram
Okay.
and tag him in it and say, like, you drew this for me.
I drew that back in like 2000.
Yes. On Microsoft Paint.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
I drew a lot of things on Microsoft Paint for a while.
you did.
Do you remember Shayla's Big and Tasty?
No. Yeah. The one where it didn't come with meat.
No, it didn't have a bottom bun.
That's right.
So I drew it. I don't know why, but it said I drew it. Shayla's Big and Tasty.
That's funny. I forgot about that.
I drew all kinds of stuff on MS Paint. I don't know why.
I forgot about the time though that didn't come with the bottom bun, and they like told us we were liars.
They did tell us we were liars. They were like accusing us of like trying to get free food or something, and it's like, no, legitimately, like there's no bottom bun.
Right.
Like look at it. We didn't eat it. We didn't throw it on the floor or throw it out the window.
Right. We just wanted a big and tasty with a bottom bun, please, so she can eat it.
She can eat it.
I think they ended up giving us one.
Probably.
Yeah.
But they were probably like these kids.
Yeah.
Trying to get
big
and
food.
tasties.
Do you remember though?
Yes. Stop it. I think about Burger King on Main Street.
Was it Burger King on Main Street? I thought it was Broadway McDonald's.
Probably both.
Because they would mess up our orders all the time.
I remember Burger King on Main Street though specifically.
I remember McDonald's when we were living on Cumberland Street.
Yes.
And I called because we were missing like a lot of stuff.
Yes, they always mess up orders.
And so I called and I was like, listen, we just got home. Like, you guys are missing like multiple things from our meals because we ordered a huge order.
Right.
And she was like, well, just come back and you guys can have whatever you want. So I was like, that's the wrong thing to say.
Yeah, do not say that.
So everybody piled in the car. And boy, did we order.
I remember free meals at Burger King on Main Street a lot. Because that's the one we would go to.
Yes.
And they would always mess up. And
Yes.
you would always call.
Yes.
And you'd give them your name.
Yeah.
And then we'd go back the next
I
time.
probably had I was like Karen before Karen.
Yes. You're like the OG.
I was like Karen at like 18 years old.
Because that's how old we were.
But the thing is, like, you guys, they would like mess up our order constantly. And like,
right.
we would like literally look in the bag and everything would seem like okay. And then we get home and like we'd have like a McChicken instead of a Whopper.
Or the Big and Tasty doesn't have a bottom bun.
Yes.
Like just stuff like that. Like foolishness.
Right.
I do miss those Big and Tasties. Those were good.
Yes, me too. And guys, I'm not like one of those complainers. That was a thing that happened a lot. Like, and you would call them out, right?
I mean, honestly,
just because I didn't want anything extra. I just wanted to get what we paid for.
You paid for.
Yes,
but I remember they would be like, you can get a free meal.
Yeah, but
that was their solution.
They were like, that McDonald's one was like, come back and we'll give you whatever you want. And I was like,
wrong words.
I took advantage of that situation. Well, we all did.
Yeah.
All of the people that lived in the apartment plus some.
Well, because there was always more people than just us.
Right.
But that's fun. Memories.
Yes.
Memories.
In the corners of my mind. I think that's how it goes.
Misty watercolor memories
of the way we were.
Shattered pictures.
Is that from Big? Did he sing that in Big? I think so.
Yes, I think so.
Because that was the song that his mother sang to him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, should we get into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, this is Brooke.
This is Nikki.
This is my so-called whatever.
Welcome to the block party. We ain't leaving out nobody.
I can't snap.
We're about to get it started. It's the block party. Block party.
That was good.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some stories for you today. I think you went first last time. I don't remember.
I don't remember. Why don't you go?
I'll go first this time.
Sounds like a plan.
We've got another story from Stephanie, and I'm very excited.
Woohoo.
This is Stephanie's NKOTB Spring Warm-Up Tour 2009. A small warm-up tour was announced early in 2009, set to hit cities that didn't get NKOTB live in the fall. We wanted to do all 3 California shows, but due to money constraints, only planned for 1. We wanted to make it count, so Lorena and I got 5 stars for Fresno. Got a 5-star for Fresno. By the way, I just ordered bracelets from Lorena, and they are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
They're right here. Yes, and I won a crystal. I won an amethyst.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's really cool.
I bet.
And this is amethyst.
That's really pretty.
It's like, feel it.
It's substantial.
Yes.
That's really nice. It's pretty.
It's always good to support our blockhead sisters, our BH sisters.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she had a live, and I hopped on, and I was like, I like this, and I like
cool.
this, and so I went for it. Very economical too, might I add. Is that the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. Very good prices.
Very good prices, yes.
Fair.
It's common practice now, but when this whole thing first started, I feel like we weren't that organized, and sometimes the meet and greets ended up being a free-for-all. Lorena had pre-organized our group and made sure each girl had their favorite guy, so I was with Joe, of course. While we were standing in place for the picture, someone said something to try and get everyone to laugh, and by the second pick, Joe took it upon himself to get a chuckle, and next thing you know, he yelled, "Cock juice." What?
That is a random thing to say. Actually, it's kind of gross.
That's disgusting.
I just thought about what that means.
Yes. Oh my God. I can't believe I just said that.
That you said cock juice?
Yes. Of all things. And I ended up looking like an idiot, busting up laughing in the second pick, but it was so much fun. I freaking love that guy and his amazing sense of sick and sarcastic humor. Thanks to Lorena's lightning quick reflexes, when the tickets went on sale, we had our order in less than a minute, which, in addition to the meet and greet, landed us in the front row. Oh, the good old days when there were only 2 types of VIP. So anyways, the show was basically the same as the fall tour with a couple different songs switched in. When it came time for Joey's solo set, he sang "I Remember When," and I had no idea what was coming to me. Let me rewind for a quick second. Before the show, I was talking to the cameraman, and I asked him if he knew Steve Fatone. This is okay.
Steve Fatone.
So I'm going to read this, but then we're going to talk about our little experience, which I think maybe we've talked about before.
We've absolutely talked about it probably 3 times.
Yes. Okay.
But Steve Fatone, he's cool.
Yes. Let me rewind for a quick second. Oh, I already said that. Because I knew Steve was running the videos on this tour. He was like, "Yeah, I have him in my ear now. How do you know Steve Fatone?" And I just explained that I was an NSYNC fan, so of course I knew who Steve Fatone was. So when we were at the Portland show, all of a sudden we see somebody, and I'm like, "That's Steve Fatone."
It was absolutely Steve Fatone.
And like, the people that we were with were like, "Nah, I don't think," they didn't know who Steve Fatone was.
Exactly.
But you and I were like, "That is absolutely Steve Fatone.
We know
What
him.
is Steve Fatone doing here? Like, is Joey Fatone here?"
Right.
We were
Is
like,
NSYNC
"What?
coming out?
What is happening?" So when I saw that she wrote about that, I was like, that takes me right back to that Portland concert when we were waiting by the buses.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Anyways, back to the actual show. The camera guy told me that they were going to put me on the big screen, and I was like, OMG, no, why? So I thought maybe they were just going to do crowd shots singing along or something like that. But it was a little more than that. I was really self-conscious because I'd prefer not to see myself 50 feet high, LOL, and I didn't know what was coming. So I was trying to hide my face, but as soon as Joe sang "Little Girl," they cut to me on the big screen as he pointed at the screen and sang to me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That like my heart. Whenever I'm around you, only love. I think that's the part. Is she talking about "I Remember When"?
Yeah.
Little girl.
Yep.
I love that part. After that screen moment, he turned and pointed to me in the audience and continued singing. Then at the end, he tipped his hat and said, "Surprise!" Eek. As embarrassed as I was absolutely on cloud 9. Best moment ever. I'm convinced that the whole thing went down just because of my chat with the cameraman before the show. So good looking out, Steve Fatone. Thank you for this epic memory.
Amazing.
So cool. After the show, a bunch of fans went out to Denny's to hang out, and in the middle of our outing, all of our phones went off because Donnie had sent out a tweet telling all of Fresno to come out to the 5 restaurant. WTF? Instantaneously, half of Denny's patrons walked out, and we were off to the restaurant. When we got there, Donnie and Danny were just about to leave. When Donnie emerged and saw Lorena, he asked if he was going to see her tomorrow in Santa Barbara. But we weren't planning on it, so Donnie was like, "I got you." Freaking Donnie, you national treasure.
Magical. He's a magic man, mama.
Next thing you know, we were off to Santa Barbara, which is 4 hours from Fresno, completely ill-equipped and unprepared and riding in a vehicle that was already on death's doorstep. But we were on another New Kids adventure. We got into town early, had nowhere to stay and nowhere to go until that evening, so we found a tattoo shop to do Lorena's newest edition, which she got penned in Fresno the night before. Getting the tickets was definitely a tad stressful. Being as someone may have forgotten to relay the message to his team, but everything worked out in the end. It was very chill, and we just stood out back and enjoyed the experience, but it was still so much fun.
That's awesome.
We were unable to go to the LA show at the how do you say that?
Palladium?
Palladium? Palladium?
Yeah, something like that.
The next day because I had to work. So that was our last show for the warm-up tour. But a few more shows were on tap for the summer. That long saga is coming to y'all next.
Yay!
I can't wait.
We're excited.
So is this the one where he said that phrase?
Cock juice?
Yes. Because he looks like he's like, in the picture. You know what I mean? I can't like zoom in on it for some reason.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to.
That makes me mad when I can't zoom in on it. Hold on, let me see. Like he looks devilish, I think.
He does look a little devilish. I think that it was.
Yeah.
I think it's the top one.
Yes, I think so too. And
then
she's
there's
got a video.
Yeah.
Yes. Stephanie and Joe's moment. I'm just going to play it real quick.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
OMG. OMG.
Oh. I love the screams.
Oh my gosh, that gives me goosebumps. OMG.
That's so cool. So guys, go check out our website. The pictures are there and the video's there.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Steph.
Yes, thank you.
Can't wait for the next one.
Me too.
It's going to be a fun read.
It is. I'm excited.
So should I go on to the next?
Yes.
All right. This is Alyssa's final chapter of her NKOTB OG stories.
I'm sad that they've come to an end.
I know. But there will be more.
Yes.
In the future.
Yes. I think she's going to send us some new NKOTB stories.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
So she writes, Dear Nikki and Brooke, my OG saga continues and concludes with this next installment. One story takes place in the fall of 1991. My posse and I headed to South Portland, Maine in hopes of finally getting some FaceTime with the new kids.
Sopo.
Or at least one, Mr. Danny Wood.
Oh, hey, Danny.
I am thankful to Kelly C., Natalie C., and Shannon T. of the MSCW Facebook group and my new kids, BFF Amy, for helping me put some of the pieces of this story together a while back. Amy provided almost all the photos I've attached. I also can't forget to give a shout out to Danny for his assistance. Due to his close attention and fast responses to Twitter DMs, Danny provided me with an answer to one of my questions. I loved how I slid into his DMs and he slid right back into mine.
That's so cool.
That's amazing.
Oh, Danny. I want to have Danny on the podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Danny should be on the podcast.
I wonder what we
Danny.
talk about.
I think that we would talk about his solo work.
Yes.
I think we would talk about his gains.
Yes.
I think we would talk about, I don't know if he wants to talk too much about his family, but I'd love to hear about that baby.
Me too. And there's a baby on the way.
I don't know hear about it.
Oh. Danny, if you're listening.
Danny Wood. Danny, can you hear me? I've also included the 5th and final chapter of my OG stories. I am sad that my few original stories have come to a close, but I am so happy that I've had a chance to write it all down. It's been so emotional in a fun and exciting way. I'm thankful for this platform you have created for us to share our stories. Oh, we're thankful for you.
Yes.
New Kids OG Stories, Chapter 4, finally some FaceTime. Bull Moose or Bust?
Bull Moose.
So Bull Moose, for those that don't know,
Yes.
is like a local-ish
Yes.
record store chain.
We have one up here.
Yep.
But we didn't for a long time
long
until like
time.
the 90s.
Right. And it's cool. It's just kind of a cool thing, and they're still in business.
Yes,
which is
they are.
awesome.
And
because record stores are hard to find.
I go and what do you call it? Like I'm a patron.
You're a patron?
Yes, I go there often when I need something.
Yeah.
Instead of getting it on Amazon, I'll go to Bull Moose.
So Bull Moose also, they sell a lot of like used.
Yes.
Not even just like CDs and records and albums, but used like collector's items, like collectible stuff.
Right.
I get Sadie Monster High dolls there
That's really cool.
because you can't buy them new anymore.
Oh.
But people like have them, like that collected them. And you
That's
can get them for
really-
like $7.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Bull Moose or bust. I can't believe we were actually going to meet a new kid. Eek. Amy and I screeched simultaneously as I hopped into the front seat of her blue two-door Chevy Cavalier. I always wanted a Cavalier.
Really?
Yes. So, quick little aside.
Okay.
When I worked at the mall in the 90s, they would have cars in the mall.
Yes.
And whenever the Chevy dealership would have cars, they always had like a really like slick looking like Cavalier convertible.
Ooh.
And I wanted it so bad.
OMG.
And it was like brand new. It was like $16,000. It wasn't even that much. It was that. But like think about that now.
Yeah.
And I would ask my parents for it and they would say, absolutely not. It was a crisp September day in 1991 and the sun was shining more brightly than usual as Amy, my BFF, our posse, and I cruised down I-95 South, heading to South Portland, Maine from Augusta. We were eagerly on our way to Bull Moose Records for a rare meet and greet with Mr. Danny Wood.
Yes.
Swoon. He was scheduled to be there to meet some fans and to promote some music he produced for a few groups during that time. I think the main group was Three the Hard Way, a young talented trio. We could not wait for this much needed and anticipated real life FaceTime. Would all my fangirl dreams come true? Is a sentiment that played over and over in my mind as we soared down the open road. I love how she writes.
Yeah, I do too.
She tells a wonderful story.
Yes, she does.
She really puts you there.
She does.
I'm
I'm
like in
there.
the back seat.
I'm there. I'm in the car. I'm squeezed.
Squeezing into an overpacked parking lot, we spied a sea of teenage faces racing toward the entrance of the record store to form a line that snaked around the building. We approached what seemed to be a never-ending line and found ourselves to be last but not least.
Oh.
Looking back, we should have left earlier than we did. However, I thought last place is better than no place.
That is correct.
As the line crept forward, fans exited the store smiling from ear to ear, waving their autographs as well as their Kodak disposable cameras in hand and bursting to share their experiences. Most of them probably sprinted to the 1-hour photo kiosk located in the parking lot to develop their photos. I envied those fans as I anxiously awaited my moment. The clock was ticking. Would time run out? Is the new sentiment that began to circle in my mind.
Oh, no.
Literally minutes before this meet and greet opportunity was about to end, we finally crossed the threshold of the record store. After releasing a huge exhale, I was blasted with a fresh wave of emotions as I saw him. I couldn't help but stare. Danny was standing right there, right in front of me and in real life, staring right back at me, and it was awkward. Forgetting the conventions of acquainting myself with someone new, I continued to stare. I was frozen, and it was uncomfortable. I can't recall an exchange of words between Danny and I, but I do remember maintaining a powerful handshake as our eyes remained locked. I had finally met and touched a new kid.
Oh.
Unfortunately, a handshake was all we would get as security was hollering for us to move along. They were no longer allowing pictures of Danny nor autographs from him because Danny had spent more time than planned at the record store. Even though security said no more pictures, Amy snapped away anyways and captured some pretty good shots. After all, Danny was her favorite boy.
Aww.
We were over the moon that we got our meet and greet and were very excited about what was to come later that night. Attached are several of the snapshots Amy took in the record store. There were several groups there. As mentioned above, the featured group was Three the Hard Way, and then there's a link to a press release photo.
Oh, so cool.
Danny himself confirmed the group's name via Twitter's DMs. I sent him pictures and he responded with an answer right away. How great is he?
He is amazing.
He is amazing. There was a girl group there as well, but I don't recall what they were or who they were. Danny didn't respond to that photo. Perhaps another MSCW listener can fill in the blanks. I bet somebody can.
I bet they can too.
And last but not least, I believe someone from the group identified the other group as the Goat Brothers, which I think Jordan and John's brother was part of.
Oh, neat.
As you're reading this part of my story, I'm wondering what listeners are yelling out. For real. I know that feeling.
I do, yes.
The Fast and the Furious.
Yes.
The girls and I may have not gotten the exact type of FaceTime we were hoping for that day. You know, the kind when you envision a new kid falling madly in love with you and whisking you away for a happily ever after. However, we met a friggin' new kid nonetheless.
Yeah.
Day made. Luckily for us, our day was not over, and we would be heading to the club to watch Danny spin records later that night.
So cool.
Maybe one of us would be whisked away after all. Danny was scheduled to DJ and further promote the groups from the meet and greet at a club, Mark's Showplace.
Mark's
Okay.
Showplace? Wait a second. Mark's Showplace is a stripper.
This is a strip club.
Yes.
I think it's closed now.
Oh, it is. He used to have a donut place too.
Yes, he did. He did.
Yes.
So we went to high school with his son.
Oh, yeah, Travis. No.
No.
It's not Travis?
No, Mike. I had a huge crush on him.
Who? Mike who?
Mike.
That was his dad?
That was his dad.
Oh my gosh.
I had such a huge crush on him.
He was
I
cute.
wonder where he is these days.
He was cute.
He was cute. He had cute boy hair.
Yes, he did.
And he had great teeth.
Oh, he did have great
And he
teeth.
was flirty, and I liked it.
Yes.
Of course, he liked another girl.
He was very smiley. I liked it.
But he was also a little bit of a stoner. But like when I was in high school, like he was my type.
Yeah.
I felt like he was my type.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I wonder where he is these days. I hope he's well.
Me too.
So,
which at the time was a strip club. That she says that.
oh, she did. And she goes on to say,
Yes.
which at the time was a strip club. So it was another awkward situation. Currently, that club is named PT's Showcase, I think.
Oh.
Okay, now we know. I still can't believe our parents were okay with us going to this. On this night, however, clearly it wasn't a strip club, but set up for an alternative function.
Oh, okay.
Being last to enter the overcrowded parking lot near Bull Moose Records had some serious advantages. Last one's in, first one's out. As soon as we exited our meet and greet, we sprinted back to the Chevy with our eyes peeled for Danny's ride. With her eagle eyes on the prize, Amy was ready for action. As Danny's car passed us, Amy screeched out of our parking space and began tailing Danny's car.
Oh, no.
I wish I could report that we were doing this safely, but we were mad women on a mission. Amy tailed that car like our lives depended on it, and the rest of us were screaming and trying to get Danny's attention, which was not successful. The most vivid memory of our ride from the Records Road to the club was when we were getting off the exit from the highway. Amy pulled to the side of Danny's car so we could all wave. A stern-faced Danny looked straight ahead. I can't believe he never looked our way. It seemed as though we were balancing on two wheels as we exited the highway. How we didn't cause an accident, I will never know. I remember calling Amy Mario Andretti for some time after this stunt. We eventually entered the parking lot of the club safe and sound. We quickly hopped out of the car to sneak a few more glimpses of Danny before he entered the building. Danny never made eye contact nor acknowledged us in the parking lot. Hindsight, good old hindsight, tells me we were ignored because we were being dangerous.
Yes.
LOL. There was no place left to go but to wait in line to get in. Unfortunately, this is where recalling the details of what happened next get a little blurry, because I am old. I remember getting in and dancing, as well as seeing a few performances from the promoted groups, I think. We all enjoyed ourselves as we were waiting for Danny to eventually take over the DJ booth. However, Danny never showed up, which was a complete and utter bummer. We had seen him enter the building, but never saw him leave. There was some buzz around the crowd that he had received some threats if he were to show up.
Oh, no.
We never found out the truth about why he never came. To this day, we still speculate if it was our fault why he never showed up.
Oh.
Perhaps if we hadn't terrorized his driver or him, we would have seen him DJ. I mean, as fangirls in the 90s, we did what we had to do to get closer, am I right? There are not many people that would not have done
Correct.
what you did at that time.
Correct.
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
Totally.
Yes.
We headed home late that night after experiencing every kind of emotion that a blockhead can feel after a day of New Kids festivities. We definitely experienced the highest of highs. I mean, we had finally met a new kid, and at that time, getting that close was near impossible.
That is the truth.
So, now we have New Kids OG Stories Chapter 5. Literally and figuratively, time to face the music.
Oh.
My last hurrah. In January of 1994, I was in the spring semester of my freshman year at Providence College in Rhode Island. During this time, my interests and tastes in music definitely branched out. Even though I was going through many changes, all things New Kids were still tattooed in my heart and mind. I never forgot them. I still listened to both their cassettes or CDs on the regular and was still interested in what was or was not going with them at the time. I was more than excited for that Face the Music had been released after a long pause. On the upside, the new music spoke to me as I was also changing into a young adult and getting more life experience. On the downside, I knew in my heart it was time to face the music literally and figuratively. As much as I hated to admit it, the boys' place in the super spotlight was coming to an end, and I was going to have to face the fact that I was probably never going to experience their magic live again. It was a tough time and a difficult transition. Luckily, college life had me distracted. Shortly after the release of the album, one of my friends that lived down the hall found out that New Kids would be playing a show at a club in town. Her and I were the only fans in our circle of friends. We were both so excited and knew that we had to get to that show because more than likely that was going to be it. There were no shenanigans involved in preparing for this show. No overnight campouts for tickets, no racing through the parking lot to secure a front row spot in general admission, no hotel room rentals or stalking, and no racing down the highway. All I needed was a pair of overalls tied with a flannel around my waist, a pair of beat-up Doc Marten boots, a very dark shade of lipstick, and a cab ride downtown. The show took place at the Strand in downtown Providence. P.S. That outfit?
The bomb.
Bomb.com.
Yes.
Before there was a .com.
I can see her in it.
I can too.
I could see the color lipstick too because I always wanted to wear that color lipstick.
Oh my gosh. I loved a nice dark brown lip.
Yes.
The Strand Ballroom and Theater, being the oldest theater in Rhode Island, had and continues to have a lot of musical history, and it was only fitting that this would be the last place that I would see our boys take the stage pre-reunion. Even though I don't remember many of the details about the show besides the fact that John was no longer performing with the group and how grown up the guys were, they gave us some grown man, I do remember taking a few minutes to really look around and take it all in. I had one of those very rare moments of being present and reflecting on how I had grown up through this fandom from adolescence to near adulthood. I had had so many great moments and met so many great people. Because of this group, my life was filled with a significant amount of happiness. I am so glad that I had an opportunity back then to both experience the pre-reunion phase and to have some closure. A very ironic part of this story is that the girl I went with to the show in Providence happened to be sitting 2 rows behind me during the Fenway show of 2017.
That's so crazy.
I hadn't seen her or talked to her since we had graduated from college. Things really do come full circle. Thank you both once again for sharing my story. Lots and lots of BH love, Alyssa.
So cool.
Oh, Alyssa. I love your stories so much. Look at Danny in that picture. This is a young Danny.
Hey.
I mean, I'm not going to kick him out of bed for eating breakfast. This is so cool. I absolutely
like
love
I
these
said,
pictures.
I really, really was into like Face the Music Danny.
Yeah.
I like all Danny, but Face the Music Danny.
I like that picture of Danny right there.
That's a hey Danny Warren.
Danny, you look fly.
Hey.
That's a nice picture.
That is a very good
nice
picture. Go on our website and you can see.
Absolutely. mysocalledwhatever.com.
That is correct.
So Alyssa, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We can't wait for now the post reunion stories.
Right.
Yay. And we love you.
We do.
You're sweet.
I miss you. Okay. Here we go with Candice's John Night Tale. Hi, ladies. I just listened to the Joe podcast and wow. This email has actually been in my drafts for some time now, since 2017. Facepalm, and who knows why I just haven't had the chance to finish it off and send it. Anyway, a few things have happened since, COVID aside. As you will read in the text, I had some help from a friend, Sasha, who has subsequently passed away after horrid cancer took her from us. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
So this is in memory of her friendship. However, it comes to us through work, like Sash and I, through the internet, through mutual interest, or through 5 men who just managed to be there for us through everything. And to Sandra accompanying me through those live sessions in lockdown, sharing the time with our favorite guys, even at 1 a.m. Time difference sucks. Thanks, ladies, for a fun podcast. Love and twags, Candice. So this is her story. I live in Cape Town, South Africa. Wow. We have a listener in Cape Town, South Africa?
I want to come visit you.
That's amazing.
I want to go to South Africa.
That's so cool. On the African continent. So growing up, we had this thing called apartheid. Apartheid.
I would not know how.
And I'm not going to go into that, but the reason I mention it was because we had sanctions against us and such. We lived sort of a life. Sorry. So I mentioned it. It was that we had sanctions against us and such. We sort of lived in a bubble. No MTV, VH1, or concerts. Wow. I'm sorry that I'm so
Yikes.
Dumb that I don't know about this.
That's not dumb. You just don't know.
We did, however, have a live connection to the U.S. Top 40 chart countdown with Shadow Stevens. And our music was
Hollywood
very
Squares.
Internationally based. So the reason for the quick history lesson was that being the 90s and living where I did, being a blockhead was rather tricky. I did have access to most of the magazines, and my wall was covered in pics of our boys plus tapes, but that's where it ended. No concerts, no stalking, no merchandise. Did I say no concerts? So to date, I have never seen the boys perform live. Oh. Also, unless they come to South Africa, which won't happen, it is highly unlikely that I will ever see them live. The currency exchange rate is 16 Rand to the dollar. So as you can imagine, a cruise requires a lotto winning ticket. Wow. Anyhow, I did have pen pals all over the world.
That's so cool.
That is really cool. So flashback to now, with social media being what it is, pen pals are like archaic, but through Twug sessions, I have managed to find 2 other South African blockheads who I now call my modern pen pals, as we live in different parts of South Africa. But one in particular has become a closer friend, NKOTB Sandra. Anywho, here's where the story starts. November 2016. So she says, shoo. I think that's what she says. Early one morning, both Sandra and I leave rather early for work. She sent me a message that John was in South Africa. Say what now? John is in South Africa? At the time, I hadn't really been on Instagram, and he had been off Twitter during that time. So turns out he was here with Harley, their moms, and some other friends. So as far as I know, this was the first new kid to come here, announced that is. So shame it turned out John was rather close to where Sandra lives and where she managed to get to the airport as he was leaving her city to come to mine. She missed him by 5 minutes. Oh. This is information that we gained from his Instagram account and NKOTB Sandra doing her own PI work. So I was never going to meet up with him at the airport, as this is not the way I foresaw meeting him. How impersonal, and so not what John would enjoy. Apparently, there were other New Kids fans that made it to the airport, creeping out from who knows where. As I said, there really do not seem to be many BH sisters here. So Sandra had another friend who was at the airport who found out where they were staying. It's about 5 minutes away from where I work. Imagine that. So I put my plan into progress. My friend Sasha, who actually rips me off about my NKOTB obsession, is the only person I know who would be keen for a stalk session. And I was right with no convincing at all. The plan was set. We would meet at the hotel. So Tuesday morning dawns, and the day drags as it would, and 4 p.m. finally arrives, and we meet and sit down to the most exorbitant priced drinks. We wait and drink and wait some more and have another round of drinks, and still no sign of our dear John. Sasha has plans for dinner and actually, bless her, even changes the time so that she can wait just a bit longer with me. She asked me after waiting for about 2 hours, what will you do if we actually see him? Say hi, what else? She scoffs in reply, as if. And eventually we cannot wait any longer, and I've paid the bill, and I literally, rather reluctantly, take my last sip of gin, and I look to the door and look at Sasha and say, we have liftoff.
What?
Ooh, now let's pause and take in this moment. It is the very first time in my life that I have ever seen a new kid in the flesh. 20 plus years, and I am calmer than a cucumber, whatever that means. So the stars align and they all make their way to the bar. So I gave them a moment to get seated and walked up to John friggin' Knight. I walked up to John Knight and tapped him on his shoulder and said hi, just as I told Sasha I would. Hello, I was having a drink. What I actually mean, you know, just not stalking you, and wanted to say hi. She didn't really say that. She was just like, hello, I was having a drink. What I actually mean, you know, just not stalking you, and just wanted to say hi. And there was John, the most amazing guy. He spoke to us, offered to take photos. So in order for the photo to take place, I had to sit at the table with his entourage and have my photo taken with him. John looked at Sasha and said, don't you want to be in the photo too? Wait, don't you want to be in the photo? To which she replied with horror, no thanks. So as I was sitting between John and Angela, I think Sasha didn't have plans. And if the following didn't happen, I really believe we would have just stayed and had a drink with them. I don't have trouble talking to strangers. You know, I am the one who talks to strangers in the line at the supermarket. So it wouldn't have been awkward at all. But the following happened. After the photos and a little chat with John, I said, look, there is a BH that lives in Durban and she missed meeting you by 5 minutes. Do you think you could do something for her? I was thinking like send her a voice note. John looks at Angela, who says, yeah, there was someone, for Sandra had made an Instagram clip, etc., with a plea to meet him. And John suggests we make a video for her, and off we go. Leaving everyone at the table, Sasha follows us as our camera lady.
Oh.
See, video attached. And she gave me permission to put it on YouTube, so I'm going to put it on YouTube.
So it'll be on YouTube and on our website.
Yeah. I would like to think that if the situation was reversed, that Sandra would have done the same thing for me. And even though we have never met, I know that the sisterhood of being a BH would prevail, which is what is most gratifying about being a part of this wonderful thing that is being a New Kids fan. And just how John never hesitated for a moment. And I know that they were super aware of how we all have a very special bond with the band and with each other. So after the video, we continued to chat. John was trying to convert Sash. I think he did, but she would never admit it. I spent time chatting to John about the cruise, which had just finished, and he was so very normal and so wonderful. So now I patiently await the next new kid to come to my shore and or that winning lotto ticket. Love your podcast and the fun you guys have. Keep it up.
Aww.
This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous picture.
This picture
of her and John
is amazing.
It's beautiful.
Looks just like a Disney prince.
He does. And you look beautiful. Like, this is a gorgeous picture.
It really is. I hope you have it framed.
Yes. Do you have it framed? We would like to know.
Candice.
Thank you for listening to us all the way
so
in South Africa. Cape Town, South Africa.
That's so crazy. It really is.
That is like insane.
It's so funny when I think like people listen to us.
Yeah.
Yes. From like around the country.
Right.
And like Canada.
Right.
Like, but we have people like all over the world.
It's so crazy.
And it's amazing.
They listen to us. What?
I know.
Like,
why?
Yes.
I know, but
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's like,
I know.
Really? Like we're just like we're sitting
shooting the shit
in Bangor, Maine.
Yeah.
Just talking about the stuff we like.
Yes.
And it's really cool. So thank you so
Yes,
much. And don't forget, go to our website.
See the video
will be uploaded.
Yes.
And you can watch it there.
Yes.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you so much for sending us that video, that story. So that's all we have.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks so much for joining us on another block party adventure.
Yes.
Can't wait for the next one.
Me either.
And next week we'll do maybe some more magazines or I don't know.
Maybe something Halloween related.
Yes. We do have some thoughts. And we do have that My So-Called Whatever episode to watch.
Yes.
Not My So-Called Whatever. My So-Called Life.
Yes.
Yes.
And Joy gave us some ideas. So
Joy, you know what you did.
Yes. And we did get one new story.
Sweet.
And here's the thing. It's a story. It's a psychic story.
I love it.
So like, it doesn't have to be scary. It can be just like a ghost story. That's not scary.
Paranormal.
Yeah. Paranormal. Like
kind of like a freaky story.
Yeah. Like
whatever.
Coincidental.
Yeah.
Like something weird
it's
happened.
one of those things that like kind of makes the hair like stand up on your arms.
Like, oh my gosh.
Like
that's crazy.
That Like, really? Are you serious?
Right.
You serious, Clark?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So please send them in. My so-called whatever at gmail.com. Send us all of your stories.
New Kid stories.
80s, 90s, whatever.
NSYNC, Backstreet.
Yes. Early 2000s even.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Early 2000s.
Yes.
Like,
we really are 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
I mean, let's just call it what it is.
Right. Like, let's just call it what you want, baby. Girl, I call it love. I can tell you've been watching me. Girl, I've been watching you too.
So, guys,
I got the
we love
feeling
you.
you want my love. I must admit it. I want your love too.
That was good.
All right. Love
All
you
right.
guys. I'll be loving you.
Bye.
Wait, no, whoops. I forgot to say, we'll be loving you forever.
Do it.
We'll be loving you forever.
Okay, bye.
Bye.